This podcast is brought to you by Blue Belt Contracting. These guys are pretty cool. They're friends of mine. I love the Edwards. They do all kinds of construction work, from patio overhangs to indoor accent stuff. They do all kinds of contracting. Actually, I saw on their Facebook page they were using burning methods to burn wood to give it that extra cool look. So go check them out. They're on Facebook, Blue Belt Contracting. They're pretty cool. They do the jack of all trades. Go check them out. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this podcast. You guys are such good friends. Go check them out. Let's get this thing started. Welcome to another Paris, Texas, a podcast. This is a podcast where you get to listen to people's stories. People that have either influenced or lived in the city of Paris, Texas. I love hearing their stories, and I can't wait for you to hear the next guest. All right, so today's guest is someone I have been around for a couple years now. She's super kind, the most kind person I probably know. Becky, Semple, what's up?
Oh, Broadway, you're too sweet. I'm excited.
I'm just telling the truth.
This is awesome.
Have you ever been on a podcast?
No, sir.
Have you ever listened to a podcast?
No, sir.
Awesome. This is going to be awesome. It's the first for everything.
I didn't. It's just a cute little thing. It looks like a little alien.
She's talking about the microphone. All right. So, for people that may know you but may not know your name, where do they know you from?
Well, I am from Paris. I was born in Paris.
Not that far. Like where do they know you? Where do they know you? Like,
okay.
If it's like Becky Semple, oh yeah, she's that person that.
I worked at Spangler's for 11 years.
Wow.
Managed Spangler's bridal and gift store.
Okay.
And before they moved to the new location. So I was in the building that was there from 1943.
Awesome.
To the time they moved over on the north side.
Where do they know you from now?
They know me from, I'm the tourism director for the Lamar County Chamber of Commerce and the Paris Visitor Center.
There you go. Awesome. All right, now let's jump back. Where are you from?
I'm from Paris, Texas.
Awesome.
I'm fourth generation Lamar County.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's right.
That's amazing. All right, so whereabouts in Paris did you grow up?
I lived right across the street from Paris Junior College.
Really?
Yes.
So if you were there, you went to a Paris high school?
I went to Paris High School.
Okay.
I went to East Paris Elementary School.
Okay.
That's not there anymore. It's
Awesome.
been torn down. And my high school I went to has been torn down too. It's now Liberty National Bank.
Okay.
And then I went to Paris Junior College for 2 years, and then I went on to East Texas.
Okay, well, slow down.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So what was your thing in high school? Like, what did you do?
Oh, my. Loved being with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
And loved church activities that kind of evolved together. I was a library assistant.
Really?
Yes. And just trying to get through high school.
Just try to get to high school. So were you a big reader? Is that why you were a library assistant?
I'm so sad you asked that. No. But I am trying to be. I'm trying to be.
That's
very,
okay.
Very diligent about that.
I'm an audiobook guy. I know some people don't like that, but I don't sit down and read books. I have to listen to them, and usually on the go. It's usually in my car. Normally, is either a book or a podcast. Very rarely do you catch me with music on.
I like this podcast thing. I might just get involved in that.
Do it. You could start your own podcast.
Mercy.
Simply Becky Semple.
That would be cool.
Right?
That would be cool.
I got your name and everything. Okay, so did you cheerlead or did you?
Well, that's a funny story.
Or?
That's a funny story. You see, I wanted to be a ballerina when I grew up.
Awesome.
But of course, that did not happen.
Well, there's probably not a lot of that in Paris, Texas.
Oh my goodness, I'm the most uncoordinated person you'd ever want to know. I tried out for our Blazette team. It was a wonderful drill team, and Sadly enough, when they were kicking one way, I was kicking the other way. So I didn't get that either. And I did not try out for cheerleader. I was just a very great supporter of our team.
There you go.
And yelled at the pep rallies.
So you were a cheerleader for the cheerleaders.
Yes.
There you go. All right. So when you were coming out of school, was ballerina, was that the goal, or did you have?
No, that was when I was probably 5.
Oh, okay. So what did you want to be as you're finishing up your high school time? What did you want to be in life?
Well, I wanted to be an interior decorator.
Really?
I did. And my daddy wanted me to be a teacher so badly. And I was kind of torn as to what to do. So I majored in business, which was crazy. And I took all those wonderful courses that you do when you major in business, which, I'm glad I did, And, but I kind of wish that I had, gone into something different, like, that would have been more to what I'm doing now.
Right.
But you know what? This is an experience you learn as you do. You don't really. However, I think hospitality and the hospitality industry would be one of the most important things because everybody is in hospitality in our town.
That's true.
And so welcoming people, because we are a destination.
We are. And
we see people every day. We have a nice man today that's here as a scout for a filming.
No way.
They're going to film a documentary here.
Awesome.
And so they're.
I want to meet him.
I know. I want you to meet Francis.
Francis. So I even like his name.
Oh, he's a neat guy. And when we get done with this, I'm going to give him your phone number. I'll give you his phone number.
Okay.
So y'all can talk.
Uh-oh.
He's a neat guy.
Maybe we could do something together.
Yes, I've already thought of that. And so it every day is different. It's so just.
All right. Back to the high school.
Oh, okay.
I love you, Becky Semple.
I love you, Broadway.
Okay, so you came out of high school. You wanted to be. You went into business.
Oh.
You went to Paris Junior College. Did you go all the way through with Paris?
I sure
Junior?
did. I graduated from Paris Junior College.
Awesome, and with a business degree.
Just the basic. It's the
Associate's business degree?
Yes.
Okay. So what was the plan then? Where did you want to go?
The plan then was to please my parents and go on to college.
Go on to college. To
and
become a
that's
teacher.
The serious truth. No.
No.
I had no clue.
Okay.
And my friends knew what they wanted to do. And again, I was grasping. And that's kind of why I grabbed the business thing.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't sure about the classroom full of wonderful little children, and I would probably be so awful and let them do all kinds of stuff. I would probably not be a very good disciplinarian. That's the truth. We'd have fun.
That's funny.
And but anyway, I appreciate teachers so much because I had some of the best all the way up, and really was very blessed with teachers.
It's funny. I appreciate them too, but for a total different reason. I appreciate them for being able to deal with me. Because that had to be hard. Looking back now, I mean, everybody says that, but looking back, it had to be difficult dealing with me growing up.
They can say, look at him now.
Well, I hope so.
Oh.
I try to live up to that, but I don't know.
I still have a sweet teacher that's still living, and Louise Haygood was one of my teachers. And I can remember going to the Grand Theater with a bunch of friends the day of one of our exams, and we got out early, and we couldn't stand it. So after the movie was over, we all called her from the Grand Theater to see what our grade was, and she told us.
That's awesome.
I know. Isn't that cool?
Oh, that'd be kind of weird to do now.
Oh, no, you wouldn't do
don't
that
do
now.
that.
No, don't do that now.
All right, so did you leave and go to another college?
I went to East Texas. That's now A&M at Commerce.
Okay.
And I was there. I was planning on graduating from East Texas State University, but things changed.
Always change.
And I got married.
Yay!
To Jim Semple Jr.
Jim Semple
and he
Jr.
wanted to go to the University of Texas. He was at Austin College
Okay.
in Sherman.
Okay.
And he decided to
When
change
y'all
his
met?
major. Oh, goodness, no. We met in the 6th grade.
Whoa.
The family moved here in the 6th grade, and I told my mother that I was going to marry him. He had no clue.
Did y'all date before
Heavens,
college?
no. I was bigger than he was. Thank goodness I lost some weight. And he grew up. But no, they moved here when he was in the 6th grade. His dad was pastor of our church.
Okay.
And so we became really good friends, probably in high school.
Okay.
And in fact, I got him dates.
You got him
friends.
dates?
Yes,
Oh,
I did.
wow.
Yes, I did.
Now, did you like him at that point?
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
I was in love with him from the minute I met him.
Does he know all this?
Oh, heavens, yes. We laugh about it. And because I told my mother, I was probably in the 7th grade, I told my mother that I was going to marry him. And she was like, okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
And but anyway, and our parents were great friends, his parents and my parents, because we all were in church together. And anyway, so he was going to leave Austin College and go on to the University of Texas. And he did not want to go alone.
Aww.
So he asked me to marry him. Of course, we were dating. You know, we were best friends, and then we started dating.
Okay.
That's how that happened. And so we got married and went to Austin College, University of Texas in Austin. And I got a job at the Texas Parks and Wildlife.
Really?
With 14 game wardens and a supervisor. It was a riot. Oh, my goodness. It was such a fun job. And so I guess I have a PhD.
Okay.
I put hubby through.
Put hubby through.
Oh, my daddy.
I've never heard that.
Oh, my daddy was so disappointed that I didn't completely finish, but I just liked a few hours getting my degree.
Oh, man.
And I did do some online classes, so I'm pretty close. I probably, let's see, that was 74, so I bet I could get it just about now, huh? I have to go back about 2 more years. Anyway, oh my goodness. I'm so blessed with my job, and
awesome.
I just really, I have had several good jobs and very blessed to have had all of them.
So how long did y'all stay in Austin?
1 year.
1 year?
Yes.
And did he graduate after that year?
No. He changed his major again.
Oh, no. What did he change?
Well, he went to the accounting. He figured out that was what his real gift was.
Okay.
And so we went back, and he graduated from East Texas University.
Okay.
And he got a job with Southwestern Bell.
Oh, yay.
Yes. And he was in the business office for several years.
Where was that at?
My mother was a chief operator at Southwestern Bell.
Oh,
so
interesting.
she was really proud of him, and to have him along in that family. And so
where was this
here
located?
in Paris.
Here in Paris. So he worked at Southwestern Bell here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And your mom worked here too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, and then I, let's see. Oh my goodness, you're making me think. I helped at our church,
Awesome.
First Baptist, and then we had our 2 boys.
Awesome.
Raised 2 boys here, and so we've been here ever since.
Okay, so y'all are here. You're moving here. You got 2 boys. You're raising them. Are they going to the same school you went to? Did they go to Paris
sure
too?
did.
Yep.
They went to Paris High School, and they both went to Paris Junior College.
Oh, really?
And they didn't graduate from Paris Junior College. They went on to Baylor and Tech.
Oh, awesome.
So
awesome.
But they loved their time at Paris Junior College, and I kind of think that they would have probably maybe wanted to spend a little bit more time there before they went off.
Okay.
You know, just to get the good experience, and they really had some really great teachers at Paris Junior College.
So how did you end up at Spangler's?
Well, I worked at a doctor's office.
Okay.
And my very dear friends, John, Estelle, and Nance, owned Spangler's at that time. It's 1994, I believe.
And where was that building at? Because it's not the same building.
It is, I'll tell you where it is. It is between Don Moffat's
Yep.
building.
On the square.
Uh-huh.
Kind of across the street from 107.
Yes, and Monique's. It's in right there.
Right in between there.
That one right there.
I remember when it was there.
And it's now a law firm and a real estate
It
office.
is.
So we're really glad. It's beautiful. They've done a beautiful job with that building. That building was amazing. It had been there. Spangler's had been there since 1943.
Goodness gracious.
Now I didn't work there then, but but I worked there 11 years, and it was a wonderful time. Anyway, we were working with the youth at our church one night and cleaning up in the kitchen, and she was telling me that one of the ladies that worked for them had become ill and could not work anymore. And I said, well, that'd be kind of fun to be there and work, and everything. And so they called me in a few days and said, would you consider coming to work here? And so I went and talked to them and gave my notice at the doctor's office. And it's kind of funny because at the doctor's office, I was the receptionist. And the very first day on my job, I wasn't really used to computers. And we had to have these patients and all these numbers. And I was looking at the computer and I was like, this is really not making any sense because this person does not have a last name. They have an address and a first name. Okay. So I called over the office manager and I said, this person is not complete with, I don't know what to do because there's no last name. Their first name is Donatus. And the lady, my dear friend, looked at the computer and then she laid on the floor and started laughing, and then she got everybody over there to look. It was do not use. So that was a big joke about Becky working in a doctor's office. So anyway, so the gift store kind of fit me better.
Okay.
And so I loved my time there.
I can just picture you in the gift store and like helping people and taking them, trying to figure out what they're looking for a gift or for this, and like, oh, have you seen this? And oh, have you seen that? Like I could see you taking someone all over the store, showing them off all the cool things that you guys had.
It was so much fun. And I think about the people that would come in that have gone on now, and just so many sweet people and sweet ladies looking for a bridal gift, and that we had. I remember one time we had like 25 brides. Okay. With all their stuff everywhere. Wow. That they had picked out. And then when people would come in just to buy something, they would buy it off the bride's table.
Oh, no.
And the bride would come in and go, where's my so-and-so? So we started writing down everything that they had picked out so that we could reorder it.
There you go.
So a lot of learning experiences there.
A lot of learning.
But it was a happy time, happy brides, and fun working with the moms, and it was really, really neat. And the guys would come in with, oh yeah, Jim could have cared less what I picked out. Right. When I did all that with my mom and my mother-in-law, but nowadays they're more interested in what they're picking out stuff too. So I think that's really cool.
It is cool. And so Spangler's still open.
Does that.
Yep. And it's just in a different location. Still super cool. If you're ever looking for a gift, they got all kinds of crazy things in there. Really cool, from guys' gifts to mugs to cutting boards to I think they're a Hallmark. Aren't they official Hallmark place now? They are official Hallmark store downtown. So they're super cool. If you have not been in Spangler's, you should definitely go to Spangler's.
Yeah, amen. And
they did not pay me to say that. I'm just saying that.
We have some really nice stores downtown. Yeah. Downtown is rocking.
It is. There's a lot of cool stuff going on.
So people should really come down and check everything out, as well as all over town. I mean, we've got some great shopping places. Mm-hmm. There's no reason to go out of town.
Segue. How did you get a job at the chamber?
Well, dear friends, went to church with them, and this tourism job became available.
This seems to be a trend.
But it wasn't.
Like you were looking, no.
Well, I helped with a poker run. Okay. And we were one of the stops. Okay. In the poker run. Okay. That the previous tourism person was doing, and I thought it was so fun because we all gave a gift around downtown, and the visitors came in and had a little card stamped, and they would tell us about what they were doing. They were here, spending a few nights, and they were going around, and this was a game they played, and I just thought that was so neat, and we got to visit with these visitors. Plus, back in that day, their train would take people from Paris to Hugo, and they would shop in Hugo, and then the people in Hugo would ride the train to Paris and shop in Paris.
Okay.
And so we benefited from that.
Okay.
And we had visitors coming in from out of town. And I just, it was just building, my interest was building. And then Pumpkin Festival started. Festival of Pumpkins.
Festival of
Main
Pumpkins.
Street would become a Main Street. And there were the girls that would be the Main Street director. This is all before Sherry. Would come in and talk to us about, being involved with
Main
the
Street.
Festival of Pumpkins.
Yeah.
And so we were always doing that and taking part in that. And this is funny, but I was part of the Downtown Merchants Association, Paris Downtown Association.
Okay.
I was the treasurer. Scary thought. Oh, my word. I got our account so messed up, but it was in the black. It was like way over $1,000 in the black, but we didn't have that much money. It was all messed up. So they laugh about me being the treasurer for the Downtown Association. Thank goodness Nancy Anderson does that now. But it was always so fun because I was part of that, part of Main Street, as an employee of Spangler's. So
okay, so you were heavily involved.
Very doing all
before
kinds
you
of
ever
stuff.
worked for it. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
And so getting to watch all these things evolve, in our city was really, really cool. And being around for the Eiffel Tower being
built,
the first one, the wooden one that blew all over the ground.
Oh,
in the first.
Hold up, what?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what you're talking
At Dragon
about.
Park, we had an Eiffel Tower that was built of wood.
Really?
And we had a windstorm, and it was just like, blowing around,
Just
destroyed.
shambles.
Yeah, like little matchsticks.
Really? How big was it?
And I don't know how tall, but it was probably about half the size of one we have now.
Okay. Wow.
And then the guys at B&W got together and said, we got to do better than this. And then they built the steel one, which
Really?
is still standing and doing great.
Yeah.
And lighted, and I get to be a part of that. It was so funny because when I took the job as a tourism director, of course I was at Spangler's still doing my time, giving the 2-week notice and all that. A lady walked in one day and she said, Becky, when you get that job, when you go start working at the chamber, please get them to paint that cowboy hat. It's pink, because it had faded.
And it faded. Okay.
And so, Ronnie Bolton, it was already in the plan,
Right.
I didn't have a thing to do with that.
Right.
But right after I started working at the chamber,
It got painted.
they took the hat down and painted it, and it's still good. They put something on it that it lasted and didn't fade.
It ain't faded at all.
But that dude is huge.
Yeah.
It up when you look up at it, it doesn't look that
Big, yeah.
big. And you always want to tell people about the feather. Bobby Walters will tell you about the feather in the cowboy hat.
So I've
It's
actually
there.
flown my drone up there and gotten a close-up view of the feather.
It's there.
It's there. You just gotta look
It's like
really hard
Finding
or fly a
Waldo.
drone.
Yeah. But anyway, that happened in '98.
Okay.
So that, of course, was before my time, at the chamber. But it was an exciting thing because, we thought it was really cool that we had an Eiffel Tower.
Okay.
And anyway, so in 2006, February 21st, 2006,
Awesome.
I took the job as tourism director. There were several people that applied, and
You beat them.
well, I was just very blessed, and so I'm always thankful.
Yeah.
When I was a little girl, my parents and I would go on vacation.
Okay.
And sometimes we would go and we would have a tour guide wherever we were.
Okay.
And I registered that because I thought that was so fun, and thought about how fun that would be to be that person telling people about stuff, and walking them around and showing them a good time.
Yeah. So this job fits you perfect.
Well, I love it. I love it. We had a bus group from Allen, Texas, Wednesday, and I got to get on their big old nice fancy bus and take them around. Plus, we get to do the trolley trips too.
Yeah.
And those are always fun.
Hey.
The trolley tours. And so that's a great time to do. So we got so much to show people and tell people about. We've got a lot to be proud of in this county and this town.
It's awesome. That's awesome. So what So what all entails in being the your job? What all does it entail doing?
Well, we seek out events
Okay.
to fill the hotels.
Okay.
The way we are able to do that is that the hotel tax, we get a portion of that and that's how I get paid for people spending the night in our hotels, to go and to bring more things in with that tax money.
Okay.
And you can have an event with anything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know.
We've seen that. Quilting.
Radio,
ham radio.
Yes. Midget wrestling.
For you all that don't know, I'm actually on the VCC board, which
are.
is the Visitors and Convention
Council.
Sorry, that's that last word.
I know.
Evaded me. So I am actually quite privy to a lot of this information. But
Yes.
yeah, I mean there are so many. I mean, we've got the 2 or 3 different scooter bike shows that happen here. Square dancing. There's so many things that and what's crazy, I had this conversation with somebody recently. It's sometimes that local people don't know how big some of these events are.
Right.
Like the quilting event
huge.
Was a huge event.
Yeah, first year was huge.
And there were a lot of people showed up. But we've got the tattoo expo. We got multiple car shows. There's so much that happens visitors wise. And I think sometimes people don't know that how big they really are. The Tour de Paris, the archery archery tournament.
Yes.
There's just so much that happens.
So many cycling events are happening too.
Right. There's a bunch of new ones.
The trail is a huge draw.
The pump track that's about to get built.
The pump track will be here, is coming to 2020.
There is a lot of stuff that draw people in here.
Yes, and we're excited about the possibilities. And there's so many partners with us that the volunteers that have such a passion for things happening here. Anyway, that's what I get to do is in our staff at the Chamber and the Love Civic Center and the Visitor Center, we all work together as a family and
organize all of that.
And we all work together. And our boss, Paul Allen, is just awesome.
Who's also been on the podcast. If y'all haven't heard Paul's podcast, y'all should jump back and listen to Paul's. He's a really good podcast.
He has a vision.
He
has a
does.
vision for Paris and Lamar County.
And he's passionate about it. And he's gonna stand up to his word. If he says he's gonna get something done, by George, he's gonna do everything in his power to get it done.
We have a dear friend from Fort Worth that has cycling events, and he's gonna have one here in December. Another one he's doing next year. He'll have 3 events here.
Wow.
No, 4. He has 4 cycling events here. One of them is 2 of them will be with Tour de Paris.
Awesome.
And so he and Paul were on the trail yesterday or day before yesterday, working on the trail.
Oh yeah.
And getting that lined up for his December 7th
race.
A day in December, the 1st of December.
Yeah.
To bring people here to do an event. So
that's awesome.
We're just so excited. And Barber Hills mountain bike
growing up
is, it is people are taking notice.
Yeah.
A big organization called Timbra, TMBRA. Please don't make me tell you what that stands for. But anyway, it's big. It's a big deal. They've contacted Brian Harges and all those guys that have worked so hard at the Pat
building
Mays, building that.
Yeah.
And they're going to have an event here. And it's going to be a really neat thing to see this happening. So, yeah. And another neat thing that we need to be thinking about is in 2024, the eclipse will be
right over us
in our path. And so we're already forming a committee.
That's
so
amazing.
If anybody wants to be on a committee, please call me at the Chamber.
That's awesome.
We had friends that drove hours and hours and hours to go to the last one.
Tony Corso, didn't he?
Yes, he did. And for 4 minutes.
Also, yeah.
For 4 minutes of wonderful things. And the pictures that they got were amazing. So we really want to just knock this out of the water. I mean, we want to roll out the red carpet because hotel rooms were not available anywhere. People were sleeping in their cars. No, we don't want any of that.
No.
We want people to have a nice, comfortable room.
Let's do it.
And so we've got 14 great hotels, motels.
Yep.
And that also includes our bed and breakfast. And then we've got some other bed and breakfast on the horizon.
And we got some Airbnbs that are popping up.
Several Airbnbs.
That are new.
Yes.
Some of them downtown.
Yes,
I know
sir.
Glee Emmett just opened one downtown. I
Amherst.
got an early peek at it before it opened up, and it is gorgeous.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Beautiful view, beautiful space. And I think people don't know. A lot of people may not know we have those things.
It's happening.
It's happening.
It really is.
Yeah.
We're excited.
I'm super
It's
excited.
all over town, all over our county. We have a lot to offer.
We do. We really, really
There's
do.
6 museums
Yeah.
in Lamar County, and that's 4 in Paris and 2 in Roxton, and others popping up in some other communities as well. So we've had people, so many people come and to be at the Eiffel Tower, have their picture made, and then they walk over to the Veterans Memorial, and they just are so moved. And
Veterans Memorial is really beautiful. And they got some new big
impressed.
stuff coming at the Veterans Memorial. They're
Yes.
putting like a helicopter in
They
there,
are.
putting like some sort of big truck thing in there.
I had a guy tell me the other day that was on a tour. He said, okay, I've been to a lot of these in the United States. And he said, this one blows my mind. In
Yeah.
a town this size. He said,
Yeah.
this is very impressive.
Yeah.
He had tears in his eyes because he was a veteran.
Yes.
So it was really cool. We have a lot to
Very
be proud
cool.
of. And our Civic Center is going to really shine. They're already starting to
They
do
are?
things. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. It's it's 25 years old.
Yeah.
So it needs some TLC.
It does need
And
just
it's
a little
getting
bit
that.
of.
And so yes, it's going to be really, really pretty and have a lot of new updated things going on. And
Awesome.
And so it's exciting to see all those happen.
It is exciting, and I love that you're at the heart of all of that stuff happening.
Oh, you're sweet. Well, we got a lot of people at the heart,
Yeah.
and then a lot of people helping and putting in their input, and something happening every day. And
Yeah.
2021, we already have plans for events, new events,
Mm-hmm.
and next year we are already planning for some events. I know of 2 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Working on the 3rd one. And also, the Cushman and the Goldwing that came this past summer are already talking about coming back for a smaller event. Now,
Okay.
they've got to do their little rotation to other parts of the country. They go like way up north, way down south,
Yeah.
east, west. And so we'll be on their rotation at some point.
Right.
But I called and talked to one of them the other day. They're saying, you know what? We want to plan a weekend and just bring some people to have have a ride,
Fun time, yeah.
a fun time, and just play.
Awesome.
So I think that's really cool that they loved Paris so much they want to come back.
That's
and just do
incredible.
something. Yeah, it is.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on my podcast.
Thank you for having me.
What
I
a
loved
great
it.
story.
I like a podcast.
Thank you. I'm gonna teach you how to find podcasts.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're gonna fall in love with them when I show you, though.
Well, God bless everybody.
All right, guys. I want to give one more big shout out to Blue Belt Contracting. If you have any kind of needs for contracting, if you're doing something at your house or you're doing something out in your back patio or any kind of contracting needs, give these guys a call. Go check them out on Facebook. They do all kinds of stuff outside of the box. They're very handy. They're on Facebook. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this podcast. Guys, we try to put these out every Monday. I know I've missed a few Mondays. Life has gotten a little crazy. Last week I was in Vegas for like 10 days, so I wasn't able to put one up. And I'm sorry about that. I really, really try to stay consistent with these podcasts, but life occasionally happens. But one way you can always stay up to date is I have a Facebook group called Paris, Texas, a Podcast. You can get on Facebook. You can search Paris, Texas, a Podcast. You can ask to be a part of that group, and then that will keep you up to date with what the next podcast is, what's coming up, all kinds of things. Go follow that group. And if you're ever interested in being on the podcast or even sponsoring the podcast, please reach out to me. That Facebook is probably the best place to get that, or call me, tap me on the shoulder, whatever works for you. And just thank you guys so much for listening. We'll see you next week.